Alright. Here we go now into our video about phase 2, and there's a rainbow right there. It's like a perfectly vertical miniature rainbow. It's pretty cool. Anyways, phase 2 of building the retreat center, which will evolve into the new version of human society. So phase 2 is when we've got the infrastructure built. That includes the type of farming that we'll be implementing, the food forests and such. This is also including, like, you know, obviously all of the different plants, for all the different herbs, for all the different medicinal purposes, as well as everything to sustain the people in terms of food. All that's figured out. Everything is growing and it's great. The buildings are finished. We're able to live there and quote unquote work out of there now. So phase 2. Now we are learning to master our sustainability. Because once everything is set into place, now we got to see from this point, how do we continue to expand our marketplace reach in terms of what are the types of products we can offer now, what are the types of retreats we can offer now, what are the types of camps, what are the types of programs that we can offer now that everything is built, people are living there, people are working there. And, you know, it's endless. This is where obviously we'll have to gauge. We'll probably only be able to let in like the first year that we've reached this point where, okay, everything is built. And now we're kind of in the testing grounds of how many people can we, based on how much food we're able to provide and so on and so forth, can we host for the year. So we figure that out, but it can really only be done, in my mind. I see it as, if this is meant to expand into a fully self-sustainable community, like a village, like a city, like a small town. So this means that our first goal really with the self-sustainability is to make sure that whoever is working out of this place is able to, first of all, survive off of the food that we're able to produce, and is able to take care of themselves if, you know, they need oregano oil or whatever, that we're able to make enough so that if people aren't feeling well, they can take the oregano oil. Basically, can the staff, is the staff able to be sustained by what we're able to produce now? And then once we hit there, you see, but really it's like, I might be jumping the gun a little bit, right? Because I want it to be self-sustainable immediately, but I have to realize that that's not also going to happen for probably a few more years, that it's truly self-sustainable, because, you know, each phase, each year, we're going to encounter new experiences, new challenges, new fun American Ninja style obstacles to figure out, right? So perhaps we don't have to wait until it's fully sustainable in terms of like sustaining the people that are going to be working there. Because if we are close enough to another community, then we could also rely on them to fill in the gaps where we aren't able to produce as much food. We can go to their grocery stores and whatever and purchase food from them. Because ultimately, with the funding that I'm looking to get, that $2 to $3 million, and I'm gonna have to recalculate it as I go, right? Because the more I go deeply into how specifically like the farming alone, what tools do we need? What buildings do we need? What pots and pans and whatever else do we need to reduce things and create oils and create mixtures and create tinctures, and what are all the vials and such that we need for that? Like, there are a lot of small details that need to be figured out. And then as well, like, this is where I was kind of going with, now that we've got all this production for the herbs and the vegetables and the fruits and everything, well, can we begin to make that kind of stuff, the tinctures and the herbal remedies, and can we make our own teas perhaps even, and can we start to sell that worldwide, and what does that look like for us? You know, how do we figure that out? Where do we go to? Are we perhaps able to become suppliers for other companies with the stuff that we're able to produce? Because, you know, we're not going to be using pesticides. We're not going to be, it's going to be completely organic farming. And we're going to be, oh, that's a big synchronicity right now for me. Just passing by this truck. It says Home Lux, like home luxury homes. And the end of the number is 4444. Yeah. And I've been seeing that everywhere to the point it is crazy, okay? Like, it's almost like nobody else can say a different number to me either, because there are so many different things. Like, I'm at the job site and just in weird moments, it's like, oh, what's the measurement for over here? Oh, it's 44. Okay. I went in and to purchase some Christmas gifts, and it was something 44. Lady was telling me her son was 44, and that her brother just retired at 44. And anyways, it's just one of those numbers that pops up everywhere for me. It's 22 and 44. It is everywhere, and it's really cool to get those little confirmations. So yeah, how do we go worldwide with our products too? Because it's just so much, man. I'm honestly slightly overwhelmed by what plays through my head as I see this, but also so thrilled at the opportunity to be able to build it, you know, and to do it with other people who are in line with this idea. Because I know that if you are truly aligned with the stuff that I'm talking about, man, you gotta be some special kind of individual. You gotta be a next level person, which means that you're totally cool. Guaranteed. So, back to what I was saying, which was about going worldwide with our products and that. So check this out, right? Because like the future of humanity's civilization, like the future civilization, right, is one of expanding our consciousness, of discovering the mysteries, unlocking the mysteries of reality, and figuring out what is the human potential. What are we capable of becoming? Seriously. What are limitations? Do they actually exist, or can I put my hand through a tree by somehow figuring out how to match my vibration to that of the tree? Can I actually penetrate the illusion? You know, there's examples like at the beginning of Joe Dispenza's book, Becoming Supernatural. He mentions a monk who I do not remember the name of or where this was or what cave it was, but there were pictures in the book and such right at the beginning, and he's talking about how this monk had taught his students how to actually compress their handprints into the walls of the cave by matching their vibration of their hand to that of the stone, and they were literally able to push their hands and leave an imprint into the wall. Little cool side thing if you want to check that out. That book is a read as well. Highly recommended. His meditations are quite something. So basically, you know, the expansion of our consciousness, the opening up of our possibilities and the fulfilling of our possibilities, of our potential, is what this place is what this place is. And if you think about that, well, I know that the people watching this, you have an interest in a range of different topics that are relative to unlocking the mysteries of reality. You might be very into astrology or cymatics or psychedelics or spiritual philosophy or farming, etc. And if you think about what this place is becoming, well, if it's meant to be a retreat center to start, because the central idea, the central location, literally like the central point of an acre of land, don't take that the wrong way, is literally a place of healing, a place of enlightenment, a place of advancing it, a place of expansion. So you'll be able to walk into this building and you'll be able to go, today I'm going to go and learn yoga, and then I'm going to do some EFT tapping, and then I'm going to do some meridian system activation with the Eden method, or whatever you want to call it. But that's just a framework to put it under for the sake of this. Or, I'm going to go over there, I'm going to do some theta healing today. Like, imagine it as a school too, a mystery school. See what we're building here, guys? We're building that place where people can come and learn about the things that they actually love, all in that one place, and they get to live it out immediately. Like, does that not just set your soul ablaze, Like, let's make this happen tonight. How the fuck do I just push the button to make it happen? The easy button, where is it? Smack. Let's make it happen tonight. Because if you do have a true interest in astrology, and you can just walk in and there's a whole gang of master astrologists, or whatever they call themselves, that are teaching classes, how amazing would that be? And that's just a part of your day, And the world doesn't exactly need the type of rigid structure that we think it does. When you follow the calling of your soul, that classroom would be packed every day that teacher is in there. I can almost guarantee it, because people who are naturally inclined to go and absorb as much information as possible to enhance their own understanding of reality. Like, when I know that the only people listening to this are the ones who are curious, the ones who have asked enough questions to get to the point of self-realization where love is the answer for them. I know that you know that love is the answer, that unconditional love is the answer, that we are all one, that you're listening to me speak as a reflection of who you are, so that you can go to the next level of your own experience. That's what I am. I'm just an aspect of your own consciousness. You think that I'm real for you? Oh, let's talk about it at the retreat, bud. Let's figure it out. But you see what I'm saying, right? Is once we get to that point where the buildings are built and there's enough food being produced, and perhaps we're relying a little bit still on the neighboring communities, well, then we start to have and host these classes. We literally make this a university, basically, or whatever you want to call it. But the tuition isn't for you to pay for a specific education. You pay for the experience of living in a sovereign land, and you get experience right then and right there. And sure, we can set it up so that people can also walk out with healing certifications and such, and then we become an establishment where this is the place to go if you want the true masters of all of these healing modalities. Not the people who are just playing around with it, who practice it every now and then, but the people like myself who do theta healing on themselves every single day and are furthering their conscious expansion every single day. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool if you can go to that place that's established, that is known to host the greatest spiritual masters where you can go and learn. Like, why isn't that already happening? I know that more and more, people are having their own digital schools set up and everything, and there are mystery schools and there are retreats, yes, but this is a totally new model of existence. Once we actually get the full image painted, once I can finally, and this is another thing, are you a graphic designer? Do you draw? Because if I'm able to, that's not my skill, that's not my passion. I can draw some weird psychedelic stuff, but I can't paint. And I'm sure I could practice it and learn, because the healing possibility is just infinite. But that's not where I'm meant to focus my possibility. At least not right now. If you are somebody who loves to draw, I would love to work with you to begin to build actual imagery of this place. And I know that there's AI, and yeah, I've played around with it a little bit to try to get an idea, or try to get AI to mirror to me what I see, but it just can't. But I know that if I can connect with another consciousness, that it will be so much closer, and it will only be enriched by the unique perspective that that person holds, especially if they're also coming from unconditional love. So if you are one of those people, and we're going to need those people too for both phases so far of this mission, because we're going to need people who are able to record the content that we need to create for the courses and for the documentaries. And this is another thing that I'm thinking about too, is not just recording it for the sake of YouTube, but reaching out to Netflix, but reaching out to other more small time / big time film festivals and such, where we can release this kind of stuff to the world and really spread the message. I mean, and if you have any ideas about how to do that too, then please contribute them, and you'll have your name listed as somebody who contributed to the mission, and perhaps you end up actually working with us at our physical location. I don't know how this is all going to unfold, but I do know that it will, because I've been pursuing this for 10 years and I've only been continuously led to the next level of making it happen. Like, this video right here wouldn't be possible if I didn't become the person who was able to hold this type of energy. But now I can translate this type of energy into reality, and now we're speaking together. You're hearing me speak about a new version of human society, and this isn't just something that I'm speaking about, this is something I'm actively working on. Building the campaign for our crowdfunding, and looking for other ideas from you other amazing, incredible, awesome people. Because that's what it really all comes down to. It's all about just us being able to enjoy our own planet as a place where we're not restricted by all of these stupid rules. And that's not to say that the law just dissolves. That's going to take a while for the written law to dissolve. Well, I guess that's all relative, right? Because, the more, it's like clearing your karmic cycle. It's more like clearing your karma, which is merely just the choices that your predecessors, I want to say that, predecessors, have made, that have equaled out to creating limitations for the next generation. That's really all that it is getting rid of the limitations of the choices that your ancestors have made. So, as you continue to do that, like myself, my daughter is a phenom. Like, she's what's that word? Anomaly. She's an anomaly. She is 1.5 years, and she is so smart, it is ridiculous. The awareness that this child has, I've never seen a child that's capable of doing what she's capable of doing, and I know that it's because her mother and me, we are always doing the work on ourselves. And helping each other grow even more quickly, because you can't always smell that you have bad breath. But if you if you start breathing heavy in front of somebody else, they'll tell you, God damn, you gotta brush those teeth of yours. And we're constantly doing this, and so that level of awareness is immediately transferred over to our daughter. And I'm not gonna, that could be its whole own video, but basically how quickly the written law dissolves depends on how quickly we all reach enlightenment. And then if you consider things like the 100th monkey theory, which if you don't know about that, just go ahead and give it a quick Google. I won't take up more time. But anyways, we're connected in an infinite field of consciousness. Everything that I'm saying is affecting the rest of all of reality, no matter how small of an impact it's making. It's still rippling out and touching it in some way. Just basically, we can evolve so fast by building this retreat center and expanding it into a new version of human society. So yeah, like phase 2, we start to welcome people in, and we actually start hosting the retreats, and we start hosting the classes, not just of, I'm sorry, I was talking about the content creators and stuff, right? So we need people too who are able to, who love filming, and who want to film the process, and who want to create these classes, and who love editing, and who love creating the digital art, and who love doing the marketing. Like, we need all of those people too. It's not just the people like myself who love to speak about these sorts of things, and who love to paint an image with words of a new possibility. We need the people who can take, like, if I speak into this camera and I don't post the video, well then it's basically useless, right? We need that knowledge is not power, the application of knowledge is power. We need that application, the people who are able to apply, say, the yoga instructor skills, maybe the content, well, what's the title for that? Social media marketer? Maybe that person isn't the yoga instructor, but now the combination of the two, oh my goodness. Now all of a sudden you're able to reach the entire planet, because that person understands SEO, that person understands marketing, what kind of hashtags you need, they understand what kind of thumbnails you need to use, and the language, and the different fonts, and the different colors, and all that. And this is also like, I don't want to work with anybody, I don't like that word, I don't want to build with people who aren't spiritually aware, because all of the different colors that you choose, they impact consciousness in a certain way. And I know that the people who are awakened realize that certain messages require certain colors. And so anyways, to the graphic designers and the painters and the drawers, the artists that I was talking to before, like, if you're into that stuff too, we need those people as well. And for my videos too, I mean, see, like, all I want to do is build this place. All I want to do is to get all of the healing certifications that I want to get. Like, I want to become a breathwork coach and instructor and facilitator, and I want to reach the level of theta healing master, and I want to be a Reiki master, and I want to be an Eden method master, and I want to be an emotion code master, and an EFT tapping master, and all of these things. I want to be a master at it all. I just want to master reality. I want to master myself, master my body, so that, and there's the 22, so that I can then bring all of what I know and just bring it back to everybody else. Like, hey guys, check this out. Check out what you can do with yourself by just twiddling your fingers like this. Now how do you feel? Holy shit, I feel amazing, dude. That's what I want to do. I want to help people. That's all I want to do. And like, just how do we work together? Because I don't see, like, I don't want to create this reality, but I don't have the money right now in this moment to pay somebody to edit all of my videos and to do all that stuff so that I can just focus on content creation. I still have a 9-to-5 job. Well, it's actually a 7-to-5 job, which is really an 11-hour day with traveling and everything. But, you know, and I'm gonna get to that place where all of my focus can be put just on this and on delivering those speeches and on getting the TED Talks and on traveling the country and talking about this and getting the crowdfunding. And so, you know, I guess I'm saying, if you're somebody who wants to work with me right now, somebody who wants to build, I'm not able to pay you right now, my friend. But that doesn't mean that we can't do exchanges of your service for theta healing sessions where we go into the depths of your subconscious and see what's in there, see what limitations are still holding you back from becoming your greatest self, and we can liberate you from those. We can do coaching. You know, there are other ways that we can do value exchanges where it's not money, but we're still able to provide each other with a fair exchange for what it is that we provide. So anyways, phase 2, yeah. And then we have people coming in who, like, and I mean, just think about it, right? Like the camps that we could have for kids, where they can come and they can learn how to plant different vegetables and they can watch them grow. Like, this could be like because eventually it turns into a community. Like, your kids, you and your family, you can live there. You live there, and your children just learn life. They don't have to go to school to learn math and whatever other garbage they pack kids' heads with these days. And I'm not saying that math is a useless thing. Don't get me wrong there. I'm just saying that they teach us a lot of garbage in school. Like, especially nowadays with all of the... I'll do a separate video on it. 888. But basically, I've been saying that a lot. There is much taught to the young mind that molds them into a being separated from their true creative nature. But in this place, we can just live freely. We can just live life. We grow our own food. We take care of ourselves. You know? We can make our own clothing if we want to. We can make our own herbal remedies. We take care of ourselves, just like how you would, you know, instead of living in this crazy capitalist society where there's got to be a low and there's got to be a high. The only low and high is whatever you'd be feeling in this place. But you got people around you that love you so much and want to take care of you just as much as they want to take care of themselves. Like, that's what real community is. And fuck, I could cry, man. Because as much as I make my own life bad, that's just not the way of the world right now. Where we all love each other so much and we just want to take care of one another. That's why this needs to happen. It's not even a desire of mine. It's a fucking, I'll do this or I will die trying. And that's what I've been doing the last 10 years, man. As soon as I woke up, I realized that I needed to pursue becoming this person who's able to convey this message, who's able to put the work in, who's able to get up at 3:45 a.m. and just work their fucking ass off. I'm still working on it, you know. I got a lot to do on myself still. But along this last 10 years, I have never stopped. I have only kept going. And I will only ever keep going. You know how many people in my family, my friends, so-called friends, looked at me like I was crazy when I wanted to start making music, looked at me like I was crazy when I'm talking about creating this new society. You know how many people told me it was a foolish dream and that it would just fall away from me the older that I got? No, your heart fell away from you as well. And I feel for them. Because how could you not have that desire inside of you to want to change the world, man? We come into this world thinking that, for God's sakes. And every kid that you ask, oh, what do you want to do when you grow up? I want to change the world, is what all of us used to say when we were kids. What happened to that? We get beaten by the system to become a machine, instead of this thing that cannot be controlled, a self-sovereign human that creates things and takes chances. I just love life. I'm 44 and I just love people. I just love the world, man. I love the animals. I love the trees. Shit, I could cry again. Like, what's the day without seeing the sun, you know? And even when you don't see it, how beautiful is it that we also have darkness out there and inside of ourselves? And so many of us are so afraid to face it. Okay, I am officially crying on the internet. But it doesn't have to be that way, is all that I'm saying. That's like the main thing that I'm always saying, is shit does not have to be the way that it is. There's just a certain group of people who are so far gone, who still deserve our love, who still deserve the chance to come back, who are guiding humanity's direction. And this is why we have to make the choice. This is why The Matrix is one of my favorite movies ever. We're not here to make the choice, we're here to understand why. You've already made the choice. Now you're here to understand why. Whoa, 33 minutes again. I hope I touched on phase 2 enough. Yeah, I'm gonna end it there. So I hope that you gained something of value from this video. I hope that I inspired you to build with me, to build this new version of society. It's totally possible. It's just a matter of, are we willing to make the choice and to keep choosing it? Okay, I love you so much, and I hope you have yourself a great day. The best day ever. Cheers.